Hey, good morning, folks. Happy Monday morning, August the 12th, 2019. Rise and shine. It's a brand new work week for some of us. Good morning. Got my new coffee mug in hand. Is this pretty sharp or what? And this is a coffee mug. Lord have mercy, if I drink 2 or 3 of these, that'd be like having 6 cups of coffee, you know? But I got this from my friend Debbie down in a beautiful King Nummy Trail campground. I made a comment a couple days ago about her mug. I said, wow, I need to buy one of those. Well, she went out and got one for me. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you very much. What a friend. I'll tell you what. She's been there through thick and thin with my little problems and things that I've had going on down in King Nummy, and she's always been there for me. Nice friend. And if it wouldn't have been for 9 seasons ago, getting my place down at King Nummy, and them moving in to the place right next door to my place down at King Nummy, it would have never happened, you know? Remember, everything always happens for a reason. And I got some great friends down there. I really do, you know. Debbie and her husband, Jeff, and then, of course, Debbie's son and daughter-in-law. They moved in down there now. And then next door to me on the other side is Nancy. And then across the way from me on an angle, catty corner if you want to say that, is Fran. And when Tommy was there, God rest his soul. And of course Bill, when he was there, God rest his soul. And then behind me on the left, on my right-hand side, is Steve, nice man. And then all the way on the right-hand side, caddy corner, behind me, are the Mackenzies. I mean, I've made some real good friends. And Stevie, of course, he's down 2 roads away from me. And his wife, real good friends. Of course, I haven't seen them too much this season. I got to make it a point to see them. Well, we're going to see each other this Saturday coming up, so it'll be a good time. We're going to do a luau and going to kick it with some music. I'm going to have my buddy DJ Dave with me. He'll be spinning on the 1s and 2s with me. And then, of course, when I'm running my mouth, he'll be taking over the controls. And, I mean, we kind of work like oil and vinegar. We mix very well. Yes, we do. But it looks like it's going to be a good time. We're going to have from what Debbie says, we're going to have a full pig. I don't know if it's going to be on a spit or just, you know, in a bed of coals or however they do that. But this one's going to be a big soiree. Yes, it is. Looking forward to it. And we've done this block party / luau for, 4 or 5 years now. Anyway, I remember the first year we did this. I was at my campsite, and Debbie had a bunch of people come over to her campsite with potluck dinners, you know. And I had my little computer, my laptop, and I was mixing music for myself, just standing there and just enjoying the day. And I think it was Jeff, her husband, that came over and said, hey, why don't you bring your music over here? You know, join us. So I bundled everything up. I went over there, and we made a party out of it. And I'll tell you what, sometimes the parties that you have that are not put together with agendas are the best ones ever. You know, it just happened to get all thrown together, and all the right people were there. Had them dancing in the streets, and man, we had a blast. We all made some great memories. Well, that's enough of my King Nummy. Let's put down some coffee. Let's see. What is today? Today's Monday. What did I say? The August the 12th. Birthdays for today. Remember Sir Mix-a-Lot? He's 55 today. And then there's Casey Affleck, 43 years young. And then, of course, there's George Soros. He's 88. So happy birthday to the three of them. Miley Cyrus and her husband. I just heard on the news this morning, which surprised me. Well, I shouldn't say it surprised me, but they got married on December the 23rd, 2018. And they're already getting divorced. I guess first they separated to try to work it out that way, I think. All right? And apparently they've both decided they're going to get divorced after, what, eight months? Is that right? December the 23rd, 2018. And they made an announcement, I don't know, on Today or whatever, or Today magazine, who knows. But then they were quoted, and I think it was Miley that quoted this, I think. It's best to focus on themselves and their careers. So that's why they're getting divorced. Well, my opinion on that to these young people, you know what? 8 months and they're getting divorced because it's not working out. They give up too quick. You got to work at it, all right? Now I know, entertainers and actors and actresses, and I don't know what he does, but I'm sure they're real big egos. And come on, people, we got to get together here, 8 months and just saying, let's throw it out the window. The hell with it. And I'm sure their wedding reception, being Miley Cyrus, all right, and Billy Ray Cyrus being daddy, that thing had to be one hopping day of a party, all right? All that money wasted in that. Of course, they make a lot of money, but, my theory is 8 months, that's not even time to get your ears wet, if you know what I mean. You got to work together. I mean, when you move in with somebody, you get married to somebody, or just live with somebody, you find out all the different quirks in that, of how they react. And they find out how you react. And it's a learning process. You just got to shuck and jive and move with it and find a comfortable spot. And you get in there and, okay, this is how we can make it work. I mean, myself, my right now significant other, Carol. God knows we've had our ups and downs. I mean, it's natural after how many years we've been together? I'm going to say 23, and if she sees this video, she'll probably ride my derriere and say, no, it isn't. It's X amount, which is probably more. But we've had our problems, sure. And she just learns to ignore me when I go off on a tangent. I know that, But sometimes I can just really go off. I'm a very easy guy to get along with. Ask me, I'll lie to you. Good morning. Let's put down some coffee. Come on. Today in Tower City, weather report. It's going to be 88 degrees for a high. The low today, or this morning, was 70 degrees. I took Sir Prince out just a little while ago, and it's comfortable out there. It really is. Matter of fact, it's cooler outside than it is inside my home place here. So I lifted up a few windows and turned off my fan just to get some fresh air in here. Tomorrow in Tower City, central Pennsylvania, it's going to be about 74 degrees, give or take. The low's going to be 68. Again, great sleeping weather over here in central Pennsylvania. And storms tomorrow, thunderstorms. And then, of course, on Wednesday, 75 degrees for a high, give or take. 62 for a low, good sleeping weather, and partly cloudy. Now down in beautiful Cape May, New Jersey, Cape May Courthouse, It's going to be 83 today. The low was 73 degrees and partly cloudy. Tomorrow, 84 degrees, low 73 degrees and partly cloudy. And then on Wednesday, it's going to be 83 for a high, give or take. 71 for a low, not bad sleeping weather, and partly cloudy. So there's your 3-day forecast for central Pennsylvania, Tower City area, and beautiful Cape May Courthouse and Cape May, New Jersey. If you're in the area, at least you know what it is, and that's always subject to change. Damn, this is a nice mug. I make this thing look good, don't I? What do I got here? I got 10 minutes in already. All right, I'll make this quick. We were down in Cape May just for one day. I had to go down there and work on the camper and try to fix my canopy. Excuse me, it's pretty well shot. But we did some Polish engineering to it to make it work for the rest of the season. I hope it handles well. You can do a lot of things with duct tape, let me tell you. And the reason I use duct tape, on the frame itself is made out of aluminum or cheap metal, whatever. And it's cracking and bending and that. And the strength isn't there, so it was bent like this. So we tried to straighten out the best we could. And I wanted to put something underneath the frame. Let's say this is the frame, but of course it's bent. So I wanted to put something underneath the frame and then straighten the bend out. And while I have something under it, then I duct taped it like this, just to give it a little bit more strength so it's not that easy to bend. Well, I'm thinking, I'm down there, now what can I use? You know, I wasn't expecting this. Well, first off, I was going to use my paint stirrers that you get when you buy a gallon of paint, the little pieces of wood. Well, she said no. She says, we got some shish kebab skewers in the camper that are made out of metal, heavy duty ones. I said, oh, hey, bring that out. We'll put that underneath. It's like a splint, if you want to say. We put that out, underneath and taped around it like that. And it seems to be helping out somewhat. But yesterday when we took the canopy off and dropped the frame down, because I'm not going to be there until this weekend, I don't want, if it rains, I didn't want to have the canopy up where the pocket of water can get back in the canopy itself, and the legs and frame is so weak it would just boom, right? So we dropped the canopy down to its lowest level, and then we took the canopy material off and flipped it over the frame. That way if it rains, all right, it's going to rain, on our canopy area, but not the canopy itself. So now I lost my train of thought. But that's what we did. We took care of that, and then, of course, we went inside the new room, and the Florida room, or whatever you want to call it, and I had to put up some insulation, and we got all the insulation done throughout the walls, all right? It's all tucked in real good. The only thing I didn't do was the insulation for the ceiling. I got some rolled material. I forget what it's called, but it's probably a 4-foot roll. And when I bought it, we figured out the square footage, and I think this roll will do the ceiling itself. But we're going to roll it out, and I'm waiting for my friend Caleb to come up, and he'll decide the best way to do this. I'm hoping we can just roll it out and tack it on the joists, I guess they are, the ceiling joists, for insulation to help to keep some of the heat out. But like I said, all the walls and the studs where the walls are, excuse me, that's all finished with the insulation I brought down. And my insulation, let me tell you, and this works out real well. I got it for a number of years. Every time when we got new machinery in the shop, and the machinery would come in crated up, and when you bust open a crate, it would have all this packing material, I guess you call it. But it's black, and it's like spongy material. And it's all in squares of, let's say, 12 by 12 by 12, right? All the way around, wherever it had to be put in. And it's a good, probably 3 inches thick. And they were going to throw all this out. I said, well, what are you going to do with that? Well, we don't need it. We're going to throw it out. I said, no. I'll take it home. And my plans were, when I got the material, I was going to insulate my basement. Well, that never happened. And thank God it didn't. Because I took this packing material, and this was ongoing for a good 5 or 6 pieces of machinery that came into the shop years after year after year. So I just accumulated all this packing material downstairs. I had it all wrapped up in plastic bags and that. I took it down to Cape May, and in between my my studs, my 2x4s, or yeah, I guess they're 2x4s. This stuff, you could literally break it. There would be seams. Best way to explain it. And you'd snap it, and it would fit perfectly in between the joists. It was ideal. And then up at the top by the ceiling where the roof was put on, and then the pieces of wood, well, there were gaps like, I don't know, let's say 12-inch gaps. And maybe 3 inches or 4 inches high. Well, I would take this insulation and I'd break it, and it would just fit right in, nice and snug. So I'm hoping that works out well. My guy that he isn't there any longer. He moved on, him and his wife, but his name was Shady, and he come over when he was moving. He gave me a lamp, like a. Instead of them taking it home and things like that and leaving it for the other people that bought his place, he gave it to me. And he come walking inside. He goes, wow, that's a real good idea. So he looked at the stuff and he says, it's great insulation. It didn't cost me a damn thing. Anyway, that's enough of that. So we came home late last night. I didn't roll into the house here, until like 10 o'clock. That's late for me. Usually I'm home by 4, 5:30 at the latest. But yesterday I wanted to get all these chores done, and Carol helped me with that. We took care of everything, and so next weekend I got my buddy coming down with his family, so it should be a good time. That's about it, folks. That's my story for today. If you have any comments or anything, by all means, send me a message on Messenger, with your comments, or you can put them right down here on YouTube if you'd like. Make sure you hit the like button if you like my good morning videos. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and then hit that bell next to it twice. That way you're always nudged when I do a video. And I try to do it Monday to Friday. And then occasionally, once in a while, on Saturday and Sundays, I do my road trip videos when I got Sir Prince with me. So, I hope you enjoy this, and thanks for having me in your place of employment or in your house or in your camper, enjoying a cup of coffee with you. I'll talk to all you guys later on. God bless you. I love you. And remember, no matter how bad we think we have it, somebody else always has it worse. Don't ever forget that. Love your family and your kids, your relatives, your neighbors, your dear friends, and appreciate your co-workers. Let them know you appreciate them, because we are not guaranteed tomorrow. Don't forget that, all right? And Dave Dreyer, I hope your dad's doing well. I said a prayer for him. I hope the surgery was a success. I know you're busy. When you have time, send me a private message. Let me know how things are going, and let your pop know that I said a prayer for him, and I'll continue to keep on praying for him. I hope he gets well. God bless you guys. I'll talk to you later on, okay? All right, Barb, I'll talk to you later on. Ken? Lucille, good morning. Tracy, I'm sorry I didn't get down to see you this weekend. Next weekend's going to be hit and miss, but I'll try to get over there. God bless you. Say hi to your mom, Joyce, for me. Talk to you later. On 3, I'm going to punch out. Deb, thank you very much. Here we go. 1, 2. Big smile now. Big smile. Smile.